Hello guys, welcome back to the stream. I hope you guys are all doing well. Hello Dover, Xanax, hello, welcome. Alien Frog, hello, you're back again. It's so good to see you guys. Oh my gosh, Alien Frog, you already subbed. Thank you so much. It's time to bury you. It is time to bury you, guys. Dover, thank you for the quack. We already have a burial this early, guys. This early in the stream, can you guys believe it? It is time to bury the alien frog, guys. The alien frog shall be buried. Here we go. One teeny tiny little grave. Already in the cemetery, guys. Oh my gosh. Is this a stream? This is a stream, Justin. This is a stream. How are you doing? I am feeling a bit better, Dover. I've been having just like chronic headaches that I can't seem to shrug off, so... Moonlit dear! Oh my goodness! You're here! Wow, long time no see. Thank you so much for being here. Oh my goodness. 10 months, how time doth fly. Your schedule's horrible to catch me, Neckar. You're sorry for your absence. Hopefully in a few weeks things go back to normal. How have I been? Moonlit TR, that's totally okay. I know how it goes, you know. I think probably the biggest reason you guys have all struggled making my streams is because I have been a little bit all over the place. So it's most likely a bit more my problem than your problem, but yeah, hopefully that will change very soon. Thank you so much for your sub. It is time for us to bury Moonlit here as well, guys. 2 mini little subs. 2 tiny subs, guys. Let's go. Let us go. Thank you so much, guys. Oh my gosh. Moonlit here. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for the biddies. That's huge. Thank you so much.
Some bits to feed the train.
Guys, Justin, thank you for the biddies. Oh my goodness, Anonymous. Thank you so much for the biddies as well. Gosh, guys.
We're giving Mecha money again? Okay then. Toot coin Julia smile toot coin.
We already have a level 1 hype train, guys, so I'm gonna have to change into a character thanks to you guys. So I'll be muted for a couple of seconds while we turn the wheel, and you guys are gonna change me into a different character. Alien. Sorry, Bob, thank you so much for the biddies. You guys changed me into alien. Oh my goodness. Hang on, there we go. Neckar the alien. I hope you guys enjoy Neckar the alien. This is how I look on my home planet when I'm not inhabiting human skin, guys. Plot twist? This isn't a filter. Exactly, Moonlightia. Exactly. It's no filter. This is my true fault. This is my true fault. One of you. One of you. Exactly. Exactly. We're like-minded species, aren't we, Alien Frog? Like-minded species. Guys, thank you so much for reaching that hype train. I really appreciate you guys so much. All of you guys cheering biddies and subbing, I appreciate it. It's so amazing and alarming at the same time. A lot of things on the stream have that sort of vibe, Dover. A lot of things here are quite alarming, so that's pretty understandable. So guys, today is actually a Patreon drawing. I sketched this one on like off stream, and you guys can see, or will see, once I finish the speed paint, the full process for this entire painting on Patreon soon. But today I'm going to hopefully finish most of it, and then I hope tomorrow we can finish it off. How you wish we still had the voice changer. Well, we do, Dover. We actually do. It's just like, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff. Moonlit here. Oh my gosh, everybody's... What happens, guys? Why is this happening recently where it keeps popping up notifications for everybody's subs and pledges? Like, these are all old pledges, right? Why does it do that? I feel like this happened when Streamlabs did their second update. Like, recently they did a massive update. And I feel like ever since that update, things have been going super weird. It's just a lot of stuff is broken. It's great to meet like-minded species such as yourself. Well, which planet are you from, Alien Frog? I personally am from Neptune. Perhaps something reset. Yeah, possibly. I don't know if I maybe need to like reconnect it or just let them know, because something is definitely broken. Definitely broken. All right, guys, I'll show you what we're working on today. So this is the piece that we're working on today, guys. It's a little story about my little witch called Phoebe and her imaginary or conjured piglet called Poogie. If you want to see the whole story, the whole thing is up on Patreon so far. Well, up to this point. It's basically like a monthly comic that you guys get to subscribe to, and hopefully you guys can help me finish the whole story. Ultimately, the goal for me is to make a fully published book out of this one. So in the end, I will give discounts to patrons because I feel like patrons deserve to have that discount. But yeah, hopefully in the future I'll be able to publish this book. I'm aiming for next year. This is continuation of the story. Yes, Dover, it is indeed. Dover, why do you have like a muted sign next to your name on the chat? That's so weird. Alright. I'm gonna turn off face mask because we gotta get started, guys. So mainly this story, this part of the story, I want to have like a bunch of watercolor down the bottom, and also just, I think I might do like a very small background. I don't want to do like too much, but like a very, very tiny background, just like an illusion of a background. I think that should be fine. Where the heck did I put my mug of water is out. Where's my watercolor paints? Forgot to prep everything today, guys. I'm so unorganized this week, honestly. I had like the busiest ever weekend. Did I lose my watercolor, guys? Oh no. Where is it? This is the mystery. Oh, there it is. It's hiding right in front of me on the table, guys. Right in front of me. Alright. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab some water. And then we can get started. Nice fresh glass of water, fresh for me to drink. Did that work? I don't know, Dover, it didn't work. It says that you're watching without audio, which you're obviously not, so clearly it's lying. You love Neptune, one of your favorite planets, but you're from a planet that you can't say in English, for it is so incomprehensible that everyone in chat would have their brains melt. That's fair enough. I know you come from a very far away place, Alien Frog. I know you do. Don't drink the paint water, but it's so delicious. Have you seen it when it goes like pretty colors? Oh my goodness. It's like honestly irresistible. Like my mum makes the most delicious bubblegum milkshakes. And sometimes when my paint water goes blue, it feels like it must taste like that. I'm like completely convinced it has to taste like that. TJ, hello, how are you? You think the mute icon badge showed up because he opened my stream in another tab to check something and muted it to avoid the echo? If that's not it, then you don't know why. That makes sense, actually. That makes sense. I can drink it before it's paint water though. Well, there's actually still like, there's like a lot of paint down the bottom, like residue. So I don't think I want to be drinking this stuff. It doesn't look too good to me. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited for this one. So excited. This little story of my witch is definitely one of my favorite pieces that I've worked on for a long time. I think I'm going to take off the fluffy jacket though. It's getting super warm. I literally can't live without a space heater in this room, guys. Like, I am so happy. Last winter, I bought this space heater and it saw me through the whole winter because everything is so cold. So freezing. Neka hates winter, guys. Neka hates winter. Actually, the paint adds a lot of flavor to the water. It's pretty good. I should try it. I should try it. Mark! Oh my gosh! Thank you so much for that sub. I appreciate that. Time for us to prep a grave, guys. Another grave. Let's go. One grave for Mark. We've already got three today. Here we go, Mark. A tiny little tombstone just for you. Let's go. 3 of you guys already. Oh my gosh, Mark's like in the shadow. Has this thing moved? I feel like this thing has been moved. There we go. That's a bit better. That's a bit better. It was 100 degrees Fahrenheit here today. I don't know how much Celsius that is, so a little confusing. I'm doing a lot better, Mark. I've had just like chronic health issues for the last week and then this headache that I can't seem to shake, so it was just relentless yesterday. It's hot? Okay. I'll take your word for that. I'll take your word for that. So this is what we're working on today, guys. Hopefully I'll do enough progress so I can finish it up tomorrow. I really doubt it though, I really doubt it. That means that it was hot, Naka. Okay. Easy Fahrenheit to Celsius trick. 16 is 61 and 28 is 82. What? Are you serious? That's crazy. Like really hot. Gotcha. But then what happens when you go over 100 though? What happens then? Nasty, glad to hear I'm feeling better. Yeah, it sucks, right? It sucks when we want to do things and we just sort of can't. Alright, so where do I start? That's the question. If I am going to add a little bit of background and not just do like a spot color illustration, then I probably need to start that first. I don't know if I want to do that though. I feel like I just want this one to be a little bit more simple. So I think that's what we're gonna do. We'll start with her. We'll do like the dress first, I think. And then go from there. Namaste, more Phoebe, you see, probably up to no good. Yes, Sendo, we're doing more Phoebe. And obviously she's like never up to any good, so definitely. I think I may have just enough. Oh guys, please go and give Thunder a follow. Thunder is an animator and also streams here on Twitch, guys. Also streams here on Twitch. I'll see if I can move my little palette thingy over here so you guys can see me mixing up a tiny bit. And let's see. So I gotta put on the timer, guys. So hopefully I can turn this into a speed paint for you guys soon. You are seal expert. You met another seal tuber. He had a harp seal avatar. Oh my goodness. Does he have like as much seal theme as you do, or not quite as much? Alright, that's a good colour. That's kind of the colour I use for her dress pretty much in all of the paintings. Oh my gosh. What I might do is pull up one of the previous versions of her that I did, just to make sure I don't get it like too dark. There we go, that's one. I have so much of Phoebe. So much of her. Alright. Awesome drawing. Thank you, Ulfa. Thank you. This is part of my Patreon illustration, so hopefully it's pretty good. I wonder why it's so crumbly. It's kind of odd. I wonder if my paint is like maybe just really old or something. Because that is quite crumbly over there. But I'm pretty happy with that colour. That is looking perfect. Eric, hello! How are you doing? Can't bring much more as this whole digital thing is a bit limiting. Can't bring much more? Are you meaning like... Oh, by the way, guys, I have an announcement. I'm not going to do the art challenge stream on this Friday. Instead, I'm moving it to the last day of the month, so the 30th of June. Because other plans have come up for Friday, so I won't be able to stream then. Bovine Destroyer, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome, how are you doing? But yeah, basically, we're moving Art Challenge Day to the 30th. So you guys have, what's that? We've got all weekend extra, and then 3 days. 3 days extra to work on it. You didn't know watercolor paints behave differently if they are old? They can, Dover. It should make like a massive difference, but they can sometimes. Crumbly indeed, however, it looks quite lovely. Thank you, Bovine Destroyer. Whereabouts are you from? But yeah, so time for me to do the top of her blouse. I feel like this brush is like just a little too big and just a little, like if I go smaller, it's not going to be enough. So I'm sort of stuck in this like awkward middle ground, you know? Awkward middle ground. There we go. You need to try and get yours done. Away to London on whole net next week, so won't catch the stream though. That's okay, Mark. You can always watch the VOD as well. You just finished your shift, you're very, very tired and ready to get out of this uniform. Had to stitch this man's face back on. Split his forehead on a doorstep. Oh my goodness. What a day, Bovine. What a day. You deserve relaxation now. 100%. Something went wrong in Streamlabs. It didn't update. You'll try again. Oh no. That's odd. That's odd. Dover, I feel like we may be having, like, just stuff going wrong with Streamlabs because of them having, you know, done some updates and stuff, because a couple of things with Streamlabs has just been not working the best recently. There we go. Beautiful. Might do like an extra layer over here though. Just because it's slightly too pale. I don't want to go that pale. Also, I'm gonna do like some background, then I want this to be quite dark as well. Awesome. And I guess I gotta do the underside of this skirt as well. I don't think there's any other spots. I think that's pretty much it for the green. There we go, updated manually. Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Dover. A lot is going on. Nightbot is down. Apparently, a lot of people are getting kicked from Discord, or Discord is crashing. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Nichols Nails mean business. I'm like Scarlet Witch today. I went to go see Scarlet Witch on last Friday. Well, not Scarlet Witch, but what was it called again? I never know movie names when I watch them, guys. The multiverse one, the latest Marvel movie with Doctor Strange and the multiverse and them fighting Scarlet Witch. That one. And I was like obsessed with her, just her manicure. Obviously hers looks a lot better than mine does, but I was like, heck yeah, I like that look. I really dig that look. Multiverse of Madness, there you go. That one. That one. I love that one. She was like so badass in that. You couldn't sleep, so you've been working on a piece just before the stream. Good to know there's time now to add more things. Yeah, I felt like you guys are probably going to be happy to have, what's that, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more days. You guys have 5 extra days. So, guys, if you haven't already joined the art challenge, we are drawing the prompt Hat Cult, guys. So Hat Cult was created by Mr. Giddy Kitty as an attempt to basically overthrow me as master of my own Discord. But basically, you guys can draw anything. You know, whatever comes to mind when you think of the word Hat Cult, make it yours, you know? Make your own little hat cult with a bunch of toads or whatever, you know? It's totally up to you to draw whatever you like, guys. Doctor Strange mom because she's trying to get her kids. I know. She's like, she's just so nice, right? She just wants to get her kids back. That's all. She's not evil. It was just going to be one person, but now there'll be more. Oh, as in your drawing. That's cool. That's cool. I'm curious now, Dover. I'm curious. I can't wait. I can't wait. This little patch is just still so wet. Have a look at that, guys. Tiny, wet little patch. But that's okay. I feel like maybe I should start with the skin and then we'll go from there. So let's mix up some good skin color for Phoebe. Probably a good spot to go. Oh my gosh, there's still so much black on my brush. All right, I've got enough red, I guess. I need to mix some of this. There we go, that's already a beautiful, beautiful skin color. I might just use it just like that. Maybe a little touch of yellow. I don't know. I feel like the yellow just overpowers it. I like that. Alright. Make sure that's pale enough because she has to look kind of spooky, obviously. Let us try that. That is a beautiful skin tone. It's always so weird for me working with like all these different mediums. Like watercolor, you have to work darker because it will lighten up. And with oils, you generally have to work, you can work whatever color because it doesn't change. And then when you're working with acrylics, it's gonna go darker than the paint you put down. So it's always like tricky to stay mindful of that as you go. Hopefully that's not too red. That's feeling like super red. But you can already see her face starting to get pale from how it's lightening up as it dries. So I think guys, I think we're all good. I think we're all good. Probably. Alright, time for her legs. It's really good. It looks like rose like red in the palette, but once I started applying it, it looks perfect. Yeah, it's like even when you mix it here, it's gonna be a different color on the paper, right? Like that's also confusing about watercolor. That's why I love oils and why I never understand why people say oils are so hard because with oils, you don't have to compensate at all because the color you put down is the color it will be. The color you mix in the palette is the color that it will be. Oh gosh, that was not meant to happen. The green from the other side is trying to blend through, so because it's still wet. I didn't realize that, so I'll have to erase that a little bit. I'll have to keep my eye on that one. You're going back to your shift, 4-car pile up on the highway, 10 minutes from you. Hopefully you can sleep in the meat wagon on the way to the hospital later. What is the meat wagon? What is the meat wagon? That sounds gory. It's really good. It looks so rose. Like, the haircut one's tricky to think of, but you think you like what you came up with. Does it have teeth, alien frog? Does it have a lot of teeth? No wonder watercolors are so challenging. So many artists using watercolors. What? No, that's not the color I wanted. I know. You kind of have to just sort of, I guess, learn what the color's going to look like once you, when you mix it up and how it's going to change when you put it on the paper. Because yeah, it's totally different, Alright, so next bit is I might do like a pale blue for this collar first, this collar area. Because I don't want it to be like that stark white color. I want it to look kind of creamy. And I'm going to do pretty much the same for the underskirt area as well. Might just wait on that though, or some of that, because some of the green is not yet fully dried. Gooseby, thank you so much for the follow. I hope you're doing well, having a good day. Maybe I can just like get away with going close, but not like actually over untouching. There we go. Cool. That looks a little bit less stark. There's gotta be teeth. I'm excited. It's gonna be like teeth cult. Teeth cult. An ambulance is also called a meat wagon. What? Oh my goodness. That's terrifying. Where do I think the bovine is true. You notice that when you were doing your rose pig, the red ended up way lighter than intended, more like pink. Yeah, exactly. If you want to get like real dark, you have to keep layering it, so wait till it's fully dry, then place another layer on top. And sometimes what I even do to get like a deeper red is add some black. Obviously you don't want to add too much because you can get like a really dirty color, but you can add just like a hint of black if you want to go slightly more to like a maroon color. Blue in the palette, bluish grey on the paper. What sorcery is this that every watercolor artist ever? It's so strange, right? Like you have to sort of play around. That's why sometimes, like recently, I've not really done it a lot. Mostly because I kind of know the paints that I have. I know what mixing them will do. But if I get like a new paint and I don't know what it's going to do, I love to have a piece of paper, a scrap piece of paper on the side, and just mixing it on the side first on paper. So I'll take like scrap watercolor paper that I'm not going to use or I mucked up and use that. That's like the best way to be sure what the color is going to look like before you put it on the paper. So if you don't know your paints, it's probably a good idea to do that instead. Alright, I'm going to go and do a really, really dark shoes, but I think what I want to do first is make them a little bit more green as well. There we go. So time for her shoes, guys. I probably should have picked a much smaller brush than this one because this is going to make my life real hard. There we go. And the other one as well. So I'm going to do her hair in pretty much the same colour as this. And there goes the timer. Let's finish this up. Dreamorb, hello, how are you doing? You'll keep that in mind? I take the hard road with thicker brush. Oh my gosh, I always like to work harder, I suppose. What music is this? Hang on, let me check. I'm pretty sure. Wait, what was the one that just played? Disobedience by Ghost Stories Incorporated. You can find a link to Ghost Stories Incorporated in my About panels if you want to check them out. They make open source music and basically they also have like a YouTube channel. What the heck happened here? I have like no idea. That's like the weirdest phenomenon. Don't ask. Dover, thank you for the 25 biddies.
Traditionally, there are no blues used in oil paintings. That's a watercolor.
It's a watercolor. Exactly. Exactly. Why should you have blues, right? It's already blue. It's a watercolor. It was very interesting music. They really have such amazing stuff, Dreamorb. They really do. Alright. Ooh, so I'm gonna have to go darker with the other one, but this time I'm gonna use this smaller brush instead because why should I go the hard route every time? There we go. Hopefully now they're both similarly dark. Also might do her hat as well. The hat I'll do. I think this brush will be fine. I don't want to go too dark with the hat initially because I want to be able to add like shadows and stuff. There should be a points redeem for that. Wait, what? To use the correct brush or the wrong one? Well, ideally we want to use the correct brush, right? I don't want to make my life like super hard. Life's already hard enough, right guys? Already hard enough. There we go. Cool. Alright. Well, that's good progress. Might do like a tiny, tiny shadow for some of the skirt at the back. Because I want that to be darker. There we go. I actually have the cap on. You've seen that in several pieces of my work. It's her witch hat. It's her witch hat. I just morphed it a little bit, so my witch hat looks a little bit different. It doesn't have like the full-on circular thing. But yeah, she's like a cadet witch, I suppose. So once she graduates, she will get like the full-on brim as well. Do I account for the color in its dried state when I do it? Are you meaning like, do I try to keep track of how light and dark it will dry? If that's the case, then yes. I put down the color with the idea that okay, this is gonna dry so light or so dark because I don't really have time to test every color and wait for it to dry on a separate piece of paper. Like I could do that, but that would be very time consuming. Yeah, she's a witch. Exactly, exactly. You can tell that my wondrous realm is always busting with energy, flavor, and eccentricity, yet mad like rants beyond the Nekaki cemetery. Always appreciating my crew alongside my expressive self. Unfortunately, you have to journey towards the dream realm. Because sleep is needed, yeah. You just wanted to pop in as you do. Want others to know of my talents. Very therapeutic yet curious. Coffin cake? Thank you so much! You always have like the sweetest compliments when you come here. It's like poetic. Yeah, that's the word for it. Thank you so much, Coffin Cake. I hope you have the best dreams ever. Cadet hat, you like it. Cool, cool. Well, I hoped it would, you know, seem kind of like she's an apprentice witch. You know, she hasn't fully graduated yet. Have I ever seen a witch, Neko? Pronounce the witch. My character looks like an animated version of how they dressed in that era. Um, I've never seen a real one. But I've seen obviously movies of some. That is what you mean concerning the dried state. Right, okay. If that's the case, then yes. I do account for it, for sure. Like obviously it's sometimes trial and error. You can't always get 100% right. You're only human. But for the most part, I feel like I'm generally happy with the outcome. Will she reach Captain Witch? Perhaps even General Witch? I guess so, I guess so. Will she reach Scarlet Witch though? I feel like that's the ultimate goal. Scarlet Witch. Will she graduate? She's kind of naughty. I don't know, Captain. I don't know. Like, you patrons have been following her story for a while now, so you would know. You would know. The likelihood of Phoebe graduating. That is a concern, right? Alright, we're gonna go more blue for her hair because like a greenish bluish sort of colour. Um but ideally, I just don't know if that's still wet. That is perfect. That is like absolutely the colour I wanted. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna thin that out eventually with some pencil, so I'm not too concerned about it just right now. Her hair's gonna give like beautiful contrast to the pale green arm that's like coming over it. That's freaking perfect. I'm gonna do the top hair as well a little dark because I need some more contrast up the top. But this is so far, this is great. Your dad was a Scarlet in the Marines? Wait, there's an actual thing called Scarlet in the Marines? She has reasons. She does. She does. Which is a great horror movie, not jump scare heavy, very atmospheric and creepy. It's set in 1600s New England. Oh, you're referring to the movie. You're referring to the movie. I haven't seen that one. I've heard great things about it, but yeah, haven't seen it yet. So selling witch trial stuff. The Witch, Hereditary, Midsummer, all of that. You don't need a light is bleak enough. That's fair enough. It's not your thing. Don't worry about it. Not everything is for everyone, you know, and that's okay. Each to their own. So I'm guessing you don't like Samara from The Ring either, young Bonka. Do I ever consider myself a teacher to enlighten the uninformed of the misunderstood without using the words but by illustration? That's an interesting concept, J-More. I don't really consider myself a teacher normally because I guess I don't think that I'm great with like verbal teaching, but you have a point. You have a point. Maybe I am a teacher, but by illustration. That's a good point. We have a Samara redeem, guys. We have a Samara redeem. Let's go. 7 days, guys. You have 7 days left. You totally get it. You used to be into it. So, I'm going to darken this top section as well. That needs to be the darkest bit of all. Like with watercolor, it's always better to go to start light and then go dark because you can't paint over anything, you know. Well, you can't go lighter. Like you can go darker, but you can't go lighter. So it's a better idea to start fairly light, and then you can always go darker if you need to, like so. That's some beautiful contrast. Oh my gosh. I am so happy with that. She's coming along, guys. She's coming along. Your phone's ringing. Should you answer it? Never. Never. I never answer my phone unless I know who it is. Unless I know who it is or I'm expecting a certain call from somebody. Then I'll answer it. You don't mind the Ring or horror stuff as long as it's more fun, but the stuff with realistic human suffering and agony you can't do anymore. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. You've lived long enough that you hate violence and human pain and don't want to watch it in movies, right? Is Midsummer like that too? I haven't seen it, so... Stay back. Stay back. Too late, Captain. You've got 7 days left now. Oh, your phone's ringing. That's what you meant. That's what you meant. That's a bad idea. Definitely don't answer that. Definitely don't answer that. There's been too much of that stuff in the past few years. So many sad stories, like, come on, there are so many other stories to tell that are happy and inspiring. Yeah, like, you know, obviously we need to know about the bad things happening as well, but to a certain extent, I feel like there's just like so much of it that, well, I personally feel very dissociated from the news and just like what's happening around me, and I feel like that's kind of purposeful dissociation. Just because, like, if you constantly dwell on those things, you're just gonna get down. So Might work a little bit better to lighten up the news from time to time. You can get too much young if you overly indulge into it by empathy, but a reminder can be healthy. That's true. Yeah, definitely. Like, it's good. It's also good for us to know what's going on around us, right? If you feel that way with those really disturbing movies, you can't watch them. The movies we mentioned previously are tame enough for you. It would be like those copy paste style that people would share on Facebook or in the early 2010s. Lol, send this to 10 people. This will come to your house at 3 a.m. I know, right? Like, how many of us have experienced that? You never answer your phone unless it's your parents, and you even ask them to message first. You don't pick up your phone unless you're expecting a call from an ongoing text or email conversation. I'm the same. I really despise phone calls. Like unannounced phone calls. If it's from a friend and it's announced and I'm expecting it, that's fine. But you know, leave a voicemail, maybe, that's fine, but send me a text, that's much better. You'll ignore it and get a text from Samara. You will. You will. You bet you will. You get that Toni Collette is an amazing actor. You do not need to sit there and squirm and resurrect painful memories because of her amazing performance. I know, right? But definitely don't. Alexa, block that number. Block that number, indeed. Alright, almost done with the hair though. I need to go like a lot lighter now because I'm near the top. And I want to keep some contrast between this this hat of hers and the rest. So I'm gonna get some more blue, and hopefully the blue will cause a little more separation between the two. But yeah. There we go. That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. Voicemail, what is this 1980? What's happening? You got so behind on so many bills because you refuse to answer your phone calls. Don't they email you or, you know, I don't know, like, they don't need to, like, call you. Voice is an underrated concept. Okay, let's see. I want to darken parts of the underside of her skirt. And instead of going with black, I'm going with blue because it's going to give me a much fresher shadow. And currently I need fresh looking shadows. Mara's fuming in the spam folder. Don't ever check it though. Just don't ever check it. You thought you had it bad with 18K. What do you mean 18K? I almost forgot. I didn't do the little socks, guys. Teeny tiny little socks. My goodness. They're getting left out. The poor little socks, guys. Alright, and we need to do... So I need to mix up more blue because I need to do these shiny shoe bits. And they're supposed to be like kind of silver. So I'm going to make them blue for now because We're gonna go over with some highlighter color later on. They're also gonna get a little bit darker than they are currently. There we go. Made really good progress today though, guys. 18,000 unread emails. Well, your email is with 46,000 unread emails. Lost cause. I would just die. I could not cope with that. I have like, currently, I have 0 unreads, but I usually have 0 inbox as well. So I move everything to folders or I delete them. I could not cope with that. That would drive me insane. Insane. I'd just be like, okay, end of life. I'm done. I'm done. You had over 90,000. You forced yourself to sit down and just mass delete everything. Yeah, I feel like when you reach that point, that's just it. That's all you can do. You should get a badge or something. Definitely should. 46,000 emails. Yeah. You always try to sit down and go, I'm gonna delete these, and they get distracted after like 50. Well, when you've got that many, it's like an endless problem, right? You get like 100 mails a day, like legit ones or spam ones. You too, you can't deal with red emails sitting in the inbox. You move them into folders every day. Dover, great minds think alike. Great minds think alike. I agree. My fiance is just like the opposite to me. He has like just all of these unread emails. And so recently we created a shared email account so that we could do some wedding planning stuff and actually both be able to respond. Which means that, you know, there's like a lot of emails now in my inbox that don't get replied to because they're his, and that's sort of been an adjustment. But yeah, definitely it's crazy how some people are just very different. You know, some people are very much in the court of 0 inbox and other people don't give a crap. The spam ones mostly. Don't you have like a really good spam filter though? There's some girl in Arkansas with the same name as you, and she clicks on a ton of TikToks. Does she have like your email though? That's an excellent idea. It's a huge deal, so it's nice to organize it like that. Yeah, like, I mean, it was getting to the point, Dover, where it was just crazy. Like, you know, because sometimes I would make an inquiry on his behalf, but, you know, he kind of needs to be the one that responds eventually. So, and then vice versa. So it was just, it made a lot more sense to have like a joint email account. And then we also figured like, you know, later on there's going to be like a lot of stuff that we both maybe want to be on top of. And it would be helpful to have that joint email account as well. It's an old email that you just left alone for so long and everything is attached to it, like Facebook. I have one like that as well, my Yahoo email. Oh my gosh. Does everyone remember the Yahoo email days? Young Bonka, what? What? You did nothing. She seems to put in your email for her staff. You get notifications of her, Shine deliveries, and Wish.com and other whack TikTok ads. Young Bonka. That sucks. That sucks. I don't know why Auto Mod blocked that one, but... Oh, it was because of the link. Oh, because you did, like, wish.com. It didn't like that. It didn't like that. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But yeah, basically, if she's using your email account, that's pretty rude. That's pretty rude. Is it, do you think it's by accident though? Or do you think she's kind of being like on purpose about it? He has like greenish, pale greenish eyes. So I'm gonna start filling in her eye color as well. Like pale green, pale blue, like sort of a bit of both. Actually, it's more of a blue. I'll go more blue. She probably had some really close email to yours and mistypes it. Oh my gosh. You think a green dress or outfit exudes a positive and organic outlook. It is a nice contrast to her sour face. Thank you, Dreamorb. Thank you. This is like her school uniform. Like, she's in a witch school. So, this is her witch outfit. Visceral, hello, how are you doing? Your last message, it didn't block the whole message though, just the part where you said sounds like a girl, but left the rest. That's odd. That's real odd. Green Witch Cadet, exactly. You're good. Visceral, have you been making any artwork recently? I miss your artwork. I really miss your artwork. It's been so long since we've seen any of it. Alright, that was brown, I reckon. So I'm gonna mix up like a deep, darker brown for this little sling of hers. There we go. And then we're gonna do this wood as well for her slingshot. Have you guys ever made your own slingshots as a kid? I was obsessed with mine. I used to play with it all the time. I don't know what happened to it though. Like, I guess over the years they kind of break, so that makes sense. I probably had like heaps. There we go. You've just been taking your time with art for a change. You were starting to feel like you were rushing too much. That's fair. I feel like, you know, we sometimes get to those points where we try so hard to be consistent and make a lot of art, but then we also expect ourselves to also finish a lot of art as well, not just make a lot of art. So we want to try and finish fully fledged pieces, and that sometimes leads us into a bit of a trap where instead of producing quality pieces, we're starting to focus more on quantity. And I think that's something that I feel a lot of struggle with every Halloween, because I have to consistently push out, you know, a fully fledged illustration and I can't really focus on quality, and that ends up being real frustrating. Wicked Witches believes witches are connected to celebrations of the forest, much like a druid, you imagine? Interesting. You said sounds like a girl of culture if she orders a lot of Sonic. Does she? Technology is going rogue. Have we all seen the AI generated paintings? No, haven't seen those. Haven't seen those. Are they any good? Except it's in Arkansas and it's not you, so it's a complete false promise. Always in literature, witches have a connotation to evil, while Wicca thinks they are more connected to the forest. Right, okay. And kindness, right. So, different approaches. That was your issue with monthly challenges. They're too much in too short a time span. Yeah, I completely understand Visceral. Like, I think, you know, the monthly challenges are more meant for doing like smaller sketches rather than like a larger finished piece. I'll obviously, you know, whatever you can fit in a month. Like for some people that does count as a fully finished piece, but for others they like to take a couple more months. Like if you're doing an oil painting, that is going to take you, you know, a couple more months to finish off. So remember when we had bi-weekly art challenges? Oh gosh, I'm so glad we changed that. That was just too much. That was just too much. But yeah. Alright, so what else can I do? I need to add, I almost forgot. I need to add a little bit more skin tone to her neck. Haven't done that yet. Basically, I just want to shade certain areas of her face. Oh my gosh, Spark's here! Hello, Spark, how are you doing? Guys, please, please, please spit on Spark to show your respect. How does anyone art, especially with watercolors? Wait, what do you mean, young bonker? Freshen up, we're ready for work in a few. Make those few minutes count, Nicole. Oh gosh, we're gonna have Spark for a limited time, guys. You get pigment on the brush and then make some swipes and it just looks right. How does that happen? Are you meaning like when I have like a giant blob of pigment, how do I fix it? Like when it looks like streaky? Generally, when it's still wet, the watercolor is still very malleable. So as soon as I see that it's kind of streaky, what I do is I remove all of the leftover paint off my brush. I take a little bit more water and then I spread it out. I thin it out. The other thing I do is I sort of dry my brush and I dab off any extra pigment if it's too much. I don't know if that's what you meant. Use these moments to tell us about your comic. Yeah, do tell a Spark, do tell. He just can't draw or paint, so it always amazes you. Oh, young Bonka, thank you. I do believe anybody can though. I think it's just like a lot of practice. Like sometimes it's real hard because when we're starting out, we look at all these people who are so good at art, right? And we try and compare ourselves to them and feel like, you know, when we're drawing, things don't come out like that. But what you're doing is you're comparing yourself to somebody who has done art for maybe 10 years time or put a lot of practice in for a few years, you know? Like there was a point in time where if I didn't make art regularly, I would get out of practice.
Every artist was an amateur once.
Every artist was an amateur once. Exactly, Dover. That's so true. Like, there was a point where I would get out of practice, you know, when I was doing art. And then if I didn't paint or if I didn't sketch for a few weeks, I would feel so disoriented with artwork and I just couldn't do it. So it's also something that you have to stay consistent with, you have to keep up at it, you know? And I think it's real hard when you don't have a lot of time and you're working, you know, part-time or full-time. And then you compare yourself to all these people who maybe that is what they do for a living, you know? Because definitely there are those who do that. What's the side of the brain that makes humans good at art? I think, wasn't it the right side? I don't know, I forgot. I don't even know if that's true. Like recently, I read something that apparently there's no such thing as like only one side of the brain being responsible for a certain thing. Apparently that's a myth. But I also don't know if that's true. Because you're mainly the side that isn't that. That's fair enough, that's fair enough. I'm terrible at maths, so, you know, it's definitely true that, you know, sometimes we're more attuned to certain talents, but I think it's also true that if we really have our heart set on something and really believe in something, we can pursue that and we can make that our reality. Don't complicate things, please. I'm sorry, young Bonka. I'm sorry. It's just a thing I read and I was like, what the heck? That's not true anymore? The creative center, which is on the right side, you think. So left-handed are more likely creative, while right-handed are more likely mathematical. Like, right-handed people? Because I'm right-handed. You require well-defined categories. Well, let's keep them in the categories then. My fringe eyebrows and battering are cool. Mean person? So nice for somebody who's a mean person. Thank you very much. This is Betsy the Bat. She's my trusty little companion. She's obviously the one holding the brush, so all of the art credit goes straight to her. I'm probably right, and now you gotta look it up again. I'm sorry, young Bonka, I'm sorry. I don't know, it was just like, I just glanced over it. I didn't actually read the article. You use both sides of the brain at once. Or aren't you just a mastermind, Spark? We all only have one brain, you got at least 3. At least your species does. Yeah, well these earthlings, alien frog, they don't know about more than one brain. I'm right, Deca, it is a myth. There's some decent knowledge about the human brain, but we are still researching it. So much stuff like the hemisphere or only using 10% of our brain are myths. Yeah, like I always read that and I was like, why would you only use 10% of your brain? That just seems odd, you know? Statics, hello! How are you? I'm good, Statics, I'm good. Long time no see. How have you been? How have you been? Oh my goodness. This illustration is going so well. I'm so happy. I did not think I would make so much progress today. Doval, thank you for the 25 biddies. Appreciate that. Guys, please go and give Spark Attack a follow. Spark is working on his very own comic and is an awesome, awesome streamer. Silly, silly humans. I know, right? I know. Why do we have to come to this pathetic planet, right? Right, Alien Frog? Why did we have to? You think it may be a question of semantics? We use 100% of our brain, but the argument could be we only tap into 100% of its full potential. See, that makes sense. That makes sense. Please pronounce nekkaiki one last time so you may actually comprehend it. So that's nekkaiki. That was you softly asking Spark to start streaming again? Good job. Good job, Dover. Good job. Subtle passive aggressive, right? Can you use them all, or are they like spares? Imagine if you could use multiple brains. What's that movie called where Scarlett Johansson plays in it, where she actually reached like full brain potential, and yeah, that was crazy, right? That was crazy. Kaiki means cat in Dutch, you think? That's why I added it, Dreamer. That's why I added it. Neko it is. Neko it is. I actually just prefer if you guys call me just Neko. I do want to try and get the username just Neko on here, but that is a challenge on its own. Lucy, that's the one. That was a fun movie though. Good visual effects. I love freaking Morgan Freeman in that. I freaking miss Morgan Freeman's movies. Brick Lane, hello, how are you doing? Lucy, yeah, it was Lucy. You're doing good. Had a weird day today. Was feeling really anxious and couldn't stand still. Ended up doing over 50 sketches, which is good. It may or may not have shaved your head and are currently rocking a mohawk. Statics? Heck yeah, that sounds like an amazingly productive day. I'm so proud of you. That's fantastic. That whole we don't use 100% of our brain is a myth too. Yeah, I bet it is. You can use them individually or all at once. The movie received so much flack because of an earlier mentioned myth. Why though? It's a freaking movie. Like, who cares? It's not trying to be realistic. Seeing more than 3 dimensions is the benefit. Oh gosh. Can you imagine trying to art while seeing like that much? What next, guys? What next? I feel like I need to give her like really dainty light eyebrows. Cotton, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. Alright, other eyebrow as well. Time for a hug break, Necker. What? Hug a plushie. I need to go grab one. I might do that. Caveman, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate that. Welcome. When she described it, was like, wait, was Scarlett Johansson in that? Yeah. Have I watched Limitless? I have indeed, Dream of. It was a really cool movie. Really, really cool. I've Mobius, hello, how are you doing? You do that kind of stuff when you can't stand still. You make rushed decisions, or you hang a bunch of sheets of paper on the wall and start sketching everywhere while listening to music and jumping back and forth. Behind them, your cat went crazy with all the movement and kept on attacking your legs. Well, if you're comfortable, Statics, I would love to see your mohawk. I would love to see your mohawk in Discord. Sab, hello, how are you doing? You guess I didn't read that because it was a term of endearment. Wait, what? What? What did I not read? I'm lost. J-Mob and Bonka officially best friends. Before you forget, you're sure I will check it out eventually, but you want to give me a heads up. You posted about something in the mod chat on Discord. No worries, Dover. I will go check that out. Thank you very much. Punisher, I'm doing a lot better. Thank you. Feeling so much more myself today. Still stuck with this relentless headache, but it's all good. It's all good. Skip work, Spark. The boss will understand. No worries, Spark. You have a good rest of your day. Thank you so much for stopping by and saying hello. Alright, time for me to go grab a plushie because Brick Lane has redeemed the Hug a Plushie reward. Punisher! Dover, thank you so much for gifting that sub to Punisher. Punisher, aren't you lucky? Dover has just gifted you Punisher. Let us bury Punisher before I go. And grab the plushie. One more tiny sub, guys. Here we go. Here's your tombstone, Punisher. Thanks to Dover. 4 little tombstones in the cemetery. Here we go. Would you look at that? Alright. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab a plushie, guys. And then, there we go. Was waiting for that. Was waiting just for perfect timing. What the heck? There we go. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab a plushie and then we will hopefully finish a little bit more of this drawing. Here's the cutest little plushie that I bought at a secondhand store recently. I just love her because look at her, guys. She is just so teeny tiny and she looks so wonky. I love that one of her ears is like super lopsided and she just looks so homemade and cute. Isn't she adorable? Absolutely love her. I love that she's knitted. So yeah, plushie hug, guys. Plushie hug redeem. Thank you so much, Brick Lane. Appreciate that. A knitted plushie. I know, who doesn't like knitted plushies, right? She's so cute. Absolutely freaking adorable. She's even got like this little lumpy area where her leg's supposed to go in. Like, she's super well made. Right down to her tiny tail. So cute. Absolutely adorable. What's her name? I haven't named her yet because I've only had her for like a very short time. So, bought her like 2 weeks ago. So I'm still deciding what I want to name her. I don't know yet. Where's your pizza? Did I promise pizza, Alien Frog? I don't remember promising any pizza. Actually, my brother and fiance are going to go on like a really nice pizza day on Sunday. So, for me, this past week was like socializing overload because we went to a 1-year-old's birthday party of some friends of ours, and we also went to visit other friends of ours who have 3 kids. So it was just like a lot of socializing this weekend. Because normally 1 social event per weekend for me is like, you know, that's all good, but like 2, which wasn't supposed to happen, but you know, people cancelling and being sick and stuff. Socializing overload is just too much. I know, right, Dover? I know. Can Neckers send pizza from Australia to Japan? Are you in Japan, Mobius? Are you in Japan? I don't remember that. I guess it's handmade and someone had to sell it due to shortage of money. I don't know. She could be handmade. She definitely could be. She's really well made for a handmade bunny though. She was like $4 and I was like, oh my gosh, my heart just went out to her and I was like, I need to have her. She's way too cute. How could you not have her, right? She's so beautiful. You're in Japan? That is so cool. Japan's like one of the countries that I would so want to visit. I think on top of my travel wish list is probably, I really want to see Europe, probably just because I speak a lot of European languages and I would just find it cool to hear it around there. So Europe would be on the top of my list, and then my fiance really wants to see Egypt, which I think is also pretty cool. So, you know, seeing all of the older artwork and artifacts over there could be very interesting, very different from, you know, Europe and stuff. But I really want to go to Japan. I think number 2 on my list is actually Japan because Japan has Bunny Island, Japan has Cat Island, Japan has pig cafes. Like, who doesn't want to go to Japan, right? You mean Twitch and Discord is fine? Don't come knocking on your door. You have things to do. I know, right? I know, Dover. I feel the same. Like, Twitch? That's fine. I can deal with Twitch. I feel like it's probably because you guys don't feel like, you know, you guys have so much in common with me that I don't really feel like I have to converse as much, you know? It feels just like, oh, we just talk about art. We just talk about the things that we all love, you know? Old Japan or New Japan, Nika, or both? What do you mean by Old Japan? Caveman, hello, good morning, how are you? Doing your morning stuff, surf and turf, falling down the Twitch craft art or cosplay rabbit hole. Nice to find this cool channel. Caveman, thank you. Welcome, and I hope you have a good time here. No worries, young Bonka. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a good rest. So guys, I'm going to be streaming again tomorrow, by the way. But that is the last stream for the week because my fiance is coming over on Wednesday night, and then Thursday morning we have to take his car for a service, and then we have to go buy some spare parts for my car because my brother's servicing my car this weekend. So I have to shop for that, and probably I have like a bunch of other stuff to do as well. So this is like a short week, unfortunately, which wasn't intended, but I've moved Art Challenge to the 30th, so next Thursday. But that should give you guys some more time to, you know, get through the hat cult art challenge, hopefully. Japan used to be very high on your list, but now it is New Zealand. But see, New Zealand's too easy. Like, I can super easily go to New Zealand because, like, Australia and New Zealand have this sort of, I don't know what you call it, but like a almost joint citizenship, but not quite. Like, if I wanted to, I could go to New Zealand tomorrow, no problems, like, without any hassle. And I'm pretty sure it's not even too hard to get work there as an Australian as well. So, yeah, it's like very easy. So that's why, like, New Zealand, I've already been to New Zealand. It's beautiful, but I want to go to places that are harder for me to see. Neither does a Dover. He has a whole menu waiting for us. I would love a stream get together, definitely. Kyoto equals old Japan, Tokyo is new Japan. That is your perception of it, at least. Okay. I don't know. I think I'd want to see like a bit of both. I'd really want to see the new Japan just because of like all the high-tech stuff, and then I would love to see old Japan just because, you know, like that'd be just I love the older stuff as well. I think I want to experience both. For you want to go to old section of Akihabara, and after that you go and chill at the Japanese countryside. Yeah, see that would be a great experience. Kyoto is more of a traditional side of Japan. The closest you've been to Japan was playing Persona 5. You'd love to go visit also. Australians walk to New Zealand on the weekends with fun and see what told. There's a bit of, you know, ocean in the way, but yeah. You can understand that, Naka. Yeah, like I'm sure for you guys that live, you know, in the States, in Europe, going to New Zealand would be an amazing experience, and I would 100% recommend that. Yeah, for me, I think New Zealand and Australia is just like a little bit too culturally close, and also like, you know, I've also been there and I can easily go there whenever I want to. So for me, I would love to see just a country that's like wildly different from my own. Whatever I do, never call an Aussie a Kiwi. Whatever you do, never call an Aussie a Kiwi, and the other way around. Yeah, they won't be impressed. They won't be impressed at all. I can't walk in water? Last time I checked, no, I wasn't really able to, so bit of a bummer that one. Alright, guys, I think this one's set for tomorrow. I'm gonna be finishing her off tomorrow. So what we're gonna do is find somebody to raid. Let me go have a look because I don't have the iPad next to me today, so I'm gonna have to go on a Twitch and hopefully find a stream that we can raid, guys. Find a stream, please. This stuff never muted by default, guys. Why? Alright. Following tab. Akihabara is worth 2 separate half days. One to get overwhelmed and another to actually buy souvenirs. Yeah, I think I'm going to be shopping a lot if I go to Japan. Most alien country for you is when you visit is that you visited was Thailand. It was a great experience. Was the food there great? Because my sister went there and apparently the food is amazing. I was lurking with thanks for the stream. My art is so pretty. Cotton, thank you so much for lurking. I'm glad you like it. Alright. Let me see. Who can we raid today, guys? We have Galacticat. She's also from Australia, guys. From South Australia, where I'm from. So, I feel like let us raid Galacticat today. There we go. Also, guys, please keep in mind, if you don't already if you haven't already started a painting or drawing, we have an art challenge on. So we've moved it now to the 30th of this month. The theme for that is hat cult. So if you guys want to draw something with the prompt hat cult, please do. We would love to see a drawing and have you take part in that. We're about to raid Galactic Cat. She's an art streamer from Australia. She also does watercolor. So hopefully we can show her some love. Before I go, guys, I do have a Patreon account, so if you guys want to get a monthly postcard from me for the same price as a Twitch sub, you can do so. Basically, it supports me a lot more than subscribing on Twitch does. I get all of these, I share all of these illustrations with you about my exclusive story regarding Poogie and Phoebe, so what we've worked on today. You guys get access to the full story, as well as all of the written material behind it. Plus, if you subscribe to one of the higher tiers, you can get access to exclusive merch as well. So keep that in mind. If you want to get a little bit more than you get from a Twitch sub, you know, on Twitch you get emotes, on Patreon you guys get a monthly postcard. So that floats your boat. Think about that, guys. But yeah, let us raid Galactic Cat. I almost raided the wrong person because I didn't type the 93, guys. So let us go, guys. Please copy and paste the raid call that Dover shared in the chat. And I will see you guys over there. I'm streaming for the last time this week on tomorrow. So tomorrow's the last stream of the week, and then I will be back on Monday again. So it's gonna be a long weekend without you guys, but I hope you guys are gonna have a good one. Let us go, guys. Let us go. Time for us to raid.